better to use a solid or a pattern fabric for the backing? All right, this is okay. All right, I got to get warmed up for this question. All right, so I would say that it depends. That's always the best answer to questions like this. And so I think it depends on what you want the back of your quilt to be. And so when I think of using a solid color fabric on the back of the quilt, it's usually because I want to highlight the quilting on the front. Because when you have a solid on the back, the quilting becomes the focal point. And the quilting becomes the thing that you can see the most. So if you're going to be paying for that long arm or to put in an intricate custom design, a solid back might be the way to go so you can really see the artwork that the quilting is in your quilt. Pattern fabrics are great because they can hide a lot of mistakes. So when I'm thinking of putting a pattern on the back, it's usually just because, very transparently, like I have extra yardage of fabric I don't necessarily like, and I want to just put it on the back of the fabric. Or I have a pattern that I want to be able to just kind of hide some quilting. If I'm trying free motion quilting for the first time, a pattern is a great way to kind of hide the quilting on the back. Plus, it depends on the back of your quilt. How many times is it going to be seen? For most people, probably not very often. If you have it on a bed, you might flip it up and see the back side. If it's going to be hanging on a wall, you'll never see the back side. So that pattern fabric can work on the back. But the one thing that always, always, always trips me up is if I use directional patterned fabric on the back. And so if I have a print that is directional meaning it has lines or it has a repeat that is a line or a width or something that is geometric, it is going to give me fits putting it on the back of my quilt because I'm going to want to make sure that direction is the same across the entire back. So where I might have more options of piecing it and rotating pieces and stacking them on top of each other to get to the width and length I need. If I'm using a pattern fabric that is directional and you want it to look great, you're going to have to make sure you get those widths of fabric and keep that pattern aligned. There's lots of different options for the back. It does not even have to be a quilting cotton on the back. You can use a minky, you can use a flannel, you can use any sort of fabric on the back that you want, depending on what your quilt is being used for. I've used minky for 3 or 4 mystery quilts, and those are the most loved quilts in our house. They're heavier. People like that they're a little warmer, but I want to be clear, I didn't cut that minky in our house. I actually went to a hotel for a retreat in the hallway to cut the minky because it shed everywhere. But yeah, the minky is kind of my favorite go-to backing for a quilt. But you guys, if you have any preferences, if you're like a diehard, oh, I love solid, or oh, I love patterns, leave it in the comments and share that with folks, just so you can kind of share that knowledge. I think we can all learn from each other on this one. I think the back is kind of the unspoken part of the process because we put all the effort into the front, and by the time we get to the back, it's kind of the last thing, and our brain is so tired we just want to get it done. So I'd be interested to see if there's strategies that you have for the back of your quilt. Thank you guys so much for the questions. And cut! Thank you so much for watching our video. We have so much fun making these, and we hope that you were both delighted and inspired by what you just watched. This video was sponsored by Cotton Cuts. Cotton Cuts is your one stop for all the best fabric and thread memberships. Love fabric? We've got you covered. Love thread? We've got you covered. We get that no two quilters are cut from the same cloth, which is why our memberships are as unique as you. We also have the largest block of the month in the world. Over 4,000 detectives solve our puzzle mystery quilts every year, and you can join them. Simply go to cottoncuts.com to learn more about all the awesome and fun things that we're doing. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe to make sure you get all of our new fresh content every time it comes out. Thank you so much. Happy sewing enthusiasts, and we will see you soon. Bye now.